Hey everybody, Wednesday night, Wayback Wednesday. All right, so how's everybody doing this week? Hope you're having a good one. Halfway through it now for most of you. Got a little bit of snow again last night. Colder than hell on this building again. Um, but it's all gone. All the snow is melted. Unfortunately for the monastery here, it's taking in some of the water that's melting from the snow melting and creating puddles of water. We've got it down in the potato cellar. And if I go to my cam here, I can kind of show you, I think. Switch over here real quick. If we go to the room with the chair, that's where I noticed it. I just came up from down there, and it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. But that I don't mind because it's a concrete floor. And so it's really not that badly affected. But if you look here, let me move this out the way here. But if you look right here, that's all water. It's leaked in from the outside. That's not bad. This is all a concrete floor, so I'm not too concerned about that. But we've got a lot of water on the third floor. The bathroom actually here on the second floor is a mess, but third floor has got some standing water. I'll probably have to get a backup in there or get maintenance in there because it's really not my job. I'll just take care of it to make sure that it gets done. But we do have some major water on the third floor there. Hey, JK, how are you, man? What's going on, my friend? Just hanging out at the Abbey tonight. I was kind of deciding, well, do I want to do a Wayback Wednesday or do I want to do a little investigating? And boy, I'm just having troubles breathing today, so I think I'm just going to lay low here in the command and watch or go over some of my old videos and stuff. Watching the Avs, huh? Cool. For some reason, I don't know why, this makes me so orange because actually I have green lights pointed on me. So what's the deal here, right? Let me play with these lights a little bit because it looks like I'm like cherry red. So I think that's as good as it's gonna get. That's yellow. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Yeah, that's about as good as I'm gonna get. Put this light on me, I guess. Maybe I turn into a pumpkin. Be a little more orange instead of just bright red. There you go. That's exactly what I was thinking. Yep, I went to Trump Salon today. Yep. So it was so incredibly and probably the most unique place I'd ever been to. Anyways, that was a lousy impression. But anyways, I will try to stream some stuff tonight. Now, one of the videos I'll be doing is from a trip I took down south, down in Borea, Arrero, Wild Horse. It's down in southern Colorado. And unfortunately, I went from there down into Kansas and messed around in Kansas for another month or so before I headed into Tennessee. It was my whole southern trip thing. But I had just gotten a new iPhone. I hate iPhones. How I ended up with an iPhone, I'll never know. I didn't keep it long. I had it about 3 months and dumped it. Got a new one because I couldn't stand it anymore. Way back Wednesday, you betcha. This is down in your neck of the woods there, Sir X. I was down in Boreal when we get to the second half of this. I think I'll start out with the Elks Lodge. Let you guys get your haunted fix in and do that investigation. And I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm not going to make you have to sit through all the unedited portions and all that stuff. I actually have a copy of my YouTube video. It's about 35 minutes long, but it's got some really good evidence in there, and and it looks good. All the flooding, man, we got a lot of flooding in the chair room right now. This is all water down in there. It is probably about an inch and a half thick. It just rolling to one side. But it's even worse on the third floor bathroom, which is coming down in the second floor. Here, I'll show you that too. Unfortunately, you could see it in the second floor hallway. That's water, guys. All that is water. Yeah, so we're taking on some water even in the what we're going to have as our new museum. That's that big crazy area here that's being slowly deteriorating from the water damage and the leak up above this doorway here. And so the water is in here, but it not only there. If we go down to the second door that you come into, which you can't see, it's about right here. That whole area as you walk in there has also got a bunch of water on it. So that's pretty bad. And as you go down these rooms, down this hallway on the opposite side of my command, and 3 doors down from where we have the bedroom set up, there's another floor with standing water on it. Yeah. I've got two great big shop vacs here, but I really need to have maintenance do it. I'm not the guy that needs to do it. Yeah, it's going to take more than flex steel. We're talking about $1 million worth of new roof, and I don't see that happening anytime soon. I've raised $30,000 for the roof project, and we got most of the leaks at least slowed down, if not sealed up. But that's been 5 years ago, and those leaks are coming back. It really, really, really needs a new roof. But the owners that currently have it up for sale. They don't want to put any more money into this building, and which is sad because there's not going to be a building if they don't get that roof fixed. We can go back east and we can look at these old barns that are back east and stuff, and we're looking at 400-year-old barns still standing and in good shape because they've always kept a good roof on them. If you can keep the moisture out of the building will stand forever. They aren't getting it, and this building is slowly deteriorating from all the moisture that's getting in. And once you have water damage, it's a big deal because you don't always see it. And not only that, it becomes a health hazard because then if it stands, then you get mold issues and stuff like that, and just the smell of stagnant water. It's not a good situation, but it's out of my hands. There's nothing I can do about it. The third floor at one time was so bad that nobody would actually even go to that third floor. Let me go back to this. Nobody would even go to the third floor because there was so much water damage and so much mold. The mold was so smelly and stuff. So let me turn this. I don't know why I'm so red. I can adjust that color. Let me try and adjust these behind me and see if that affects the light that we're seeing. Whoa, what? There we go. That gives me a little latitude there. Now let's go to that other light. See what I can do there. Sorry. There we go. Let's turn that baby down a little bit. It's awful bright. Come on. Go, 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 go. Nice. Nice.
Don't press that button.
Right?
You don't know what you're doing.
That's funny. Actually, I did get new, all I have to do now is walk into command and say lights on, and those will come on now. That stuff just got in here today. I don't have them installed. I mean, I got them installed, but don't have them working yet. All right, let's see. On the right one. Nope, that's the wrong one. I want this one, I think. Yeah, that's the one I want. Go here. Hang on just a second. Let me get this squared away. Come on, you should be going down. Going down. Wow. Might go back to my old lights. These are the Vivitars. They're supposed to be better lighting than what I had, but they're kind of a pain in the butt. Let's see here. Kind of a pain in the butt. Yeah, I don't see it going down like I wanted to. Oh well, I'm going to call that good. At least I don't look like I'm been sitting in a tanning salon all day. All right, guys. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and get started.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
Right?
At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought.
Probably not.
Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
And I'm sorry for that.
I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
It seems just, and I hope he does. Because I kind of agree with you. I was just kind of rambling there playing with those lights, but this is where we're going to leave it. I'm not going to mess with it too much. And then I see my roaming cam off to the side here. I can actually turn that off. I'm not going to use it tonight. I was going to go roaming, but I just don't have it in me tonight. I'm not, yeah. So I'm going to hang out here in command, and we'll just stick to the plan and do some Wayback Wednesday, starting out with the haunted spirits of the old brothel and now Elks Lodge in Florence, Colorado. And really, this wasn't way back. It was a couple of years ago, but it's a fun little investigation. And I thought I would play it. And I'm going to cheat a little bit to make it easier for you guys. It's 35 minutes long, 36 minutes long. But it's already been edited and cleaned up and stuff. And this is the YouTube version, so you won't have to go through, everything. But the one after it, when we go down to Boreo, that's going to be raw footage. And that was when I was traveling across the United States in my RV. It's not necessarily it is not a paranormal investigation, but it is some abandoned exploration. And I hope you guys will enjoy that because I've got tons of that stuff too. But so without any further ado, let's go ahead. I've got this queued up on the second monitor here. We'll go ahead and get that rolling. I'm going to turn that roamer off because we just don't need it. So I'll go ahead and get this second monitor up, and we'll go from there, huh? Let's see here. Go right there. All right, and we won't need, whoopsie, we'll need that. Don't touch that button. All right, got to get that command cam moved a little bit. So here we go. Command cam, command cam. What is... There we go. Okay, there. That's what I was trying to do. There. Cool. All right. So we have me up in the corner, and that may disappear as the video starts. But let's go ahead and get this one rolling. Hope you guys enjoy this. If you have any questions, this is in this will be in Florence, Colorado. So only about 8 miles away. Not too far. And I believe, yeah, Batch and I worked on the sound. I think we should be good now. So we'll go ahead and give it a shot and see. We'll know here in a second, right? All right, here we go. All right.
Come on in. So we currently have an event going on right now. This is the main floor. Not a whole lot of activity happens here on the main floor. I can take you up to the second floor and the third floor, and we'll kind of just start there, and I can explain the history.
Cool.
There's been stories from a lot of Elks members here on this landing that they see a female spirit that just hangs out right here.
Can you guys hear
and
okay?
looks out the window. And she's been heard by some of the Elks members as well. So if you want to come on up this way. Alright, so this is the second floor. There's actually a lot of activity on the second floor.
Hey, Quivery. Welcome.
A ton of activity here the last investigation that we did with Crossover Paranormal Scouts with Eric and Steven. Do you want to say hi?
Hello.
Alright, so these are actually the offices, and in this office, a gentleman that used to be one of the Elks members here actually committed suicide in this office.
In the office.
Yep.
Wow.
So one of the original teens that came in and investigated, Charlotte, which you'll meet tonight, she just put like an EVP reader under this door and caught the male talking. So
Cool.
you never know, they might be able to do that, but that is a suicide that we had right here on this floor. So
Do you have a name for that person?
do you guys remember, is it William? I believe it's William.
Okay.
Because there was apartments back this way. Do you have IR on that?
Yeah.
So this was an apartment for a gentleman who was actually extremely large, like 600 pounds.
Wow.
And he used to live on this floor back in the 60s, and they called him Tiny. So he resided back here, and he died. And like,
So Tiny died out also.
yeah, yep. So
Okay.
2 deaths here on this floor.
Have you ever felt like you had any contact with Tiny or?
No, we try to reach Tiny, but I've never got like the EVP or name with Tiny. We have caught male voices on this floor many times. Our REM pod, which we rarely get activity from, has gone off many times up here. So that's the kind of activity. We do catch EVPs, we just never catch a name. So
Okay.
that's,
Do you feel like this is the most active floor?
yes.
Okay.
This is the most active floor. Our laundry is that.
Now, when we were here the last time with Rich,
Yeah.
we caught some stuff up here on this third floor.
The third floor is also very active. The problem is this used to be the brothel. It started out as a hotel. It was built as like a luxury hotel, one of the first hotels in Florence actually. And this was a high-end brothel. So as you pass the rooms, you'll notice there's just a room.
Sorry. Personally, I think the third floor is the most active, and I think by the end of this night, she would agree with you as well. We had a lot of crazy things go on, as you'll see later on. But not only that, there's been a couple of groups go over there since, and by far, my opinion, the brothel is definitely, or the brothel was actually on the third floor. The third floor is definitely the most active, in my opinion. So, anyways.
And a window. A bathroom. It's just so odd how it's set up, but they're viewing windows. There's no purpose to have those windows. So if you come down here, these would be the viewing windows, so you can view the females. And then if you're interested, you're gonna pay or whatever. There's just a door and a viewing window.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, and we get a lot of EVPs up here. We've gotten 2 names. One of them is Rick. Rick and Carl. Those are 2 names we get out of here almost every time we're up here, actually. So, a lot of those viewing rooms.
You got a camera and a motion detector.
And then you have the regular rooms where the gentleman would stay, actually stay for the night. So, high-end brothel, and that's what it was as part of the hotel until the Elks Lodge bought it. So.
And did we ever determine when they took it over? The gal that I interviewed wasn't real sure, but she figured it to be around 1904,
It was
1908.
1904, or 1906, if I can remember. It's something we can look up.
Yeah.
Actually, but early 1900s.
Yeah, pretty
is when
cool.
The Elks took it over.
Do you happen to know what the hotel was back in the day? What the name was?
I believe it was called the Florence Hotel.
Okay.
I would have to confirm.
This is interesting that these 2 rooms have these huge attics
Yep.
for some reason.
Last time we were here, we got on the obulus the word attic and child, and we actually caught a child's scream. That's on our last video, so if you want that for your video for this one, we can let you use that.
I'll have to go back. I can't even recall what we caught that night. I think it was like a scream.
Yeah, we catch quite a few screams. This hallway, for whatever reason, for me, has always been very creepy. You get smells in this hallway, electrical charges on your body. I usually feel it up here on the top of my head. Something like static electricity happens here. Lots of EVPs, and we caught a shadow. Shadow comes across this way, goes right in here. It's a black shadow, and it says hello.
I'm getting nothing on the EVPs up here, but I am definitely creeped out up here.
If you could, I would like to know your name. Or maybe you could tell me my name. sounded like he was back there, like walking. Was that you walking over there?
So as we get into the investigation, you'll see something pretty incredible happen in this hallway later on as I'm investigating.
So this is the room that I always feel that electrical charge in. I know when I was here with Sean one time, I got the electrical charge.
Sean Couché.
Sean Couché. Sorry about that. Yeah. And then there's a third hallway. Since here in this room, this is the room on this back hallway that we always get EMF readings in. We'll get tapping in this room, EMF readings in this room. What it is about that room, I don't know. The electricity doesn't work in there. So, yeah, I couldn't tell you where the EMF reading comes from. So we can head down to the basement. I just need to figure out which key goes to the
Okay.
door.
The 3 hallways upstairs, that's the most active one.
Did you lose your pretty boy?
He's here somewhere. You got it. I hear him. There they are.
Back here. Yeah.
We set this up last time we did a group, and Sean did a really good job down here. We had like 6 or 7 different instruments set up, and JK from JK47.
Right.
Here. And yeah, we've caught EVPs down here. We've had instruments go off down here like K2s. I think we've had some experiences down here.
Now, did you guys have, didn't you have an encounter with a voice or somebody scream or?
Big screen down here, actually, right to this bridge.
Right, I was gonna say the same thing, Chris.
Is where we caught it. We're coming across here, and it just went, and then it was done. And it was like,
Tapped on the head. We've been tapped on the head down here.
Yep.
Yep.
And then
Now-
right where you guys are standing is where we caught that
Yeah.
mist.
This was
whatever.
the
yeah, right here.
swirling mist right here.
Nice,
When
okay.
This was all set up as a haunted house. Yeah.
So you're gonna set a static camera up in here then, or? Oh, you got it, okay. Okay, cool.
I'll probably hit record.
We had some black lights plugged in. Remember that?
There's one right there.
Oh, yep, there it is. Okay, still working. One right there,
Yeah.
and then there's one back by Dennis that's still on. That's fucking weird.
And you guys gotta tell me, some people get upset when I put creepy music in the background, because they're actually listening with headphones and they're listening for EVPs. What's your opinion? I'm just trying to figure out what the heck they would have used this for back in the day with all these rooms. With or without the music in the background?
I think a lot of it, the way they
I
built
get their
the
point,
lodge
and I didn't think about that.
for that haunted house. Maybe like some of that stuff back there.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
This is definitely an old shower. Look at those shower heads.
Mm-hmm.
This is original, yeah, send everybody to the basement to shower up.
Yeah. Wow, that is really old.
Hmm.
And it's all plumbed. Look at that. That's leaking. Right there. The water leak.
Oh, yeah. Yep, and it's the old galvanized. The problem with galvanized is you start fixing one leak and you get a leak there, and then you get a leak there. Sorry about that. I'm trying to find you without making a lot of noise.
That's alright. I set some cat balls down in those chairs. We'll see if we can go off. Yeah.
Can you hear anything?
On the camera. We would catch their names on the camera.
I don't recall those ladies'
Okay.
first
Okay.
names or names at all.
I thought maybe he knew somebody like Tiny that was downstairs that passed away, and
No, but I can't seem to figure out who's Tiny. You know, his real name wasn't Tiny.
oh really, nobody knows.
No.
Uh,
But it was their first time ever investigating, and I was quite impressed at how well they did.
you see the K2 meters and they're kind of blinking there, probably because of my phone or anybody else's phones that are on. But it will light up two more levels. There's a yellow and a red light that will go off.
We saw a little bit of that when she was up here.
Right. But right now, I think it's just our phones. Because I don't think there's any, does the electrical work here?
Some of it.
Some of it, yeah. Even then, it wouldn't affect it from that distance down to the chair, but the phones would. And I think if I get closer, yeah. Yeah. So that's what's happening there. REM pod works differently though. It won't go off like the K2. And in fact, REM pods don't go off that often. It's very rare that they do.
With all books.
I think that time that Rich and I were here, it went off.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and we heard that scream up here. And we were actually heading down. We were on the landing of the stairs and heard the scream behind us and came back up.
Mm.
So why is that a thing? The later the hour, the more activity. Is there a reason behind it, or is it just?
Honestly think it's because you start investigating, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and then maybe the spirit gets more comfortable with you towards, as the night goes on.
Right.
Another theory too is the fact that the electromagnetic fields are starting to die down at night due to the fact that during the daylight hours, the sun emits so many electromagnetic fields that it's really, really busy and active during the daytime hours. Whereas at night, once the sun goes down and it's blocked by the earth and becomes more shadowed, those electromagnetic fields die down and they're able to use more of the ambient energy to react. And that's kind of why they come up with the witching hour,
Yeah.
is because it's the most quiet time as far as electromagnetic fields are concerned.
Okay. That makes sense.
Pretty ornate. I wonder if you could see that. Cool little. Huh. Can tell by the wiring it's the old knob and tube. Yeah, there we go. We can definitely see the knob and tube wiring up there. Looks like little telephone lines going everywhere. That's what would create all the fires, because there is no
Hey, Stringster. Welcome.
breaker to them, you know. If they crossed wires, they just sit there and arc until they catch fire.
The Elks Lodge in Florence, Colorado. Investigation I did a few years back.
Phasmophobia, they call them dots. I'll turn them on.
This gets interesting here. One of the few times that I ever captured something using the laser grid that I really can't explain, and you'll see it here in a minute. I'm back in another room. I'm not even in that area. You guys see that?
That was odd. Ooh. So I went around the corner here to the
Hey, Dennis.
Hey, Charles, what's up?
caught a very strong smell. Right in this area here. It smells like, to me, like hair dye. Like I've been in a barber shop or a beauty salon while someone's getting their hair done, and it smells like hair dye. Very strong right here. Bring somebody up later with me and see if they smell that smell.
It was very strong.
Eric, you got a second?
Yeah, absolutely.
Up here, I just want to see if you smell anything. And if so, try to describe what you smell.
Which one?
Right here.
Almost like sulfur.
Yeah, kind of. You know what it smells like to me? Yeah, I'm in a beauty salon getting my hair cut.
Oh, yeah.
It smells like, yeah, perm or hair dye.
Mm-hmm. Big time, yeah.
Very strong right here.
Yeah, it is.
Interesting. Okay, at least I got validation on what I'm smelling.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. Alright. So I'm the only one down here. There hasn't been anybody come down here tonight. I mean, we did an earlier inspection of the area. Yeah, I'm getting good internet still. So let's see what's going on down here. We did have the last time we were here, we had some screaming going on here, some touching, some shadow figures. So let's just see what we come up with. Sean set up this table, in fact, to do an EVP session with the people. So I think that's probably a good place for us to set up. We do have a static camera set up right here. He's got the laser grid shining there. I'm going to go ahead and turn this light off. Who's that?
It's Steve.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna set up a portal down here
Okay.
and bring those ladies down here. They're gonna step outside and smell them real quick.
Sure. Okay, cool.
Should have.
Do you have anything you want to say? You can speak through this box. You can use the energy through it.
Thanks for those 200 bits there,
Hello.
Sir X. I appreciate it.
What's your name? Could you tell us your name, please? I swear to God, I said what?
What? Are you having a hard time hearing us?
Yeah.
She's got the mask. That's what it is.
Yeah, that could be what it is.
It's just a dust mask, guys. It's okay. Do you know what COVID is? Who's the president?
We don't know.
Yeah, we don't have one.
Did you hear that? That was a lot.
Right, everybody knows who the president is.
That was a lot.
We got it based off of that.
Are there two spirits here with us?
Yeah, that sounded like Mick or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Was that Mick? Victoria? Because that was Victoria came across up here when we were asking that.
Kaboosh! 2,000. 2,000. I don't know what that means, but
Can you turn it down actually for me? Yeah.
happened yet.
What did you do if you worked here?
Oh, okay.
Were you part of the hotel staff?
Chip's pool is very much like mine. I built mine for $170. Hers cost her almost $800.
There's one there. And actually, during the big tarantula migration, they are bigger than this. Ugh. They're bigger than that. Right. Coffee sounds good to me. Or you go, I mean, you staying down or what?
Yeah.
In command.
Down here.
Are they upstairs?
There are a few people up there, yes.
Okay.
I smelled it, Dennis,
You did?
in the hallway.
Did you tell the girls?
They smelled it too.
Okay, what did you smell?
I smell safe.
Yeah. So what do you smell?
It's like an ammonia smell. We were just having this like a. He said like perm. I said like burnt cat pee, which is like an ammonia smell.
Yeah, I definitely got the smell when I'm in getting a haircut in a beauty salon and somebody's dyeing their hair.
Yeah. Okay. So now that you've said less burnt pee, rolling.
Yeah, perm or
Ammonia smell.
yeah. But it's real strong right here,
Yeah. Right here.
and nowhere else. That's the funny thing.
It stopped me dead in my tracks.
You know.
And the only reason all the trim is missing and the walls look the way they did is because they took the original trim out up here and sold it.
Sold
To
it
raise money for the lodge.
as being from the famed brothel, or
Sold it because there's a lot of Victorian houses downtown. So people are gonna buy it to
wow,
remove
huh.
it because it's the old, 5.5 to 6 inch mahogany.
Yeah.
Somebody had a really
mahogany or
stupid
oak
idea
trim.
there.
I did find one piece. Yeah, right there in that corner. See it?
Yeah.
That's the only piece of molding I ever saw on the floor.
Yep, they tore it out years ago and sold it.
That's sad.
Yeah, they really are. Yeah, there you go. Are you trying to get to us now? No? Hi. I figured if I left that on long enough up here.
Oh, the light came on?
The REM pod, yeah.
Cool.
Hello? This is one of the only places that
And it just got cooler right here.
and the Rialto Theater. We did this and the Rialto Theater in one night. And that was
Well, there's definitely a breeze coming down here now. I feel it on the back of my neck and my hands.
Spirit, are you in here? That thing has been pretty much constant the whole time, huh? Can you pass through that REM pod again that's on the floor?
It's funny. I came over here to sit in this chair.
Nice.
The shadow.
You go right ahead.
Sucker! Can you make that device with the red light, the small red light up again? You did it
That's
once.
funny, Chris.
You don't have to be afraid. It's not going to kill you. Oops.
Okay, it's a bad dad joke.
Okay, we're heading out.
Where to next? Oops.
On the wall.
She was seeing if the red, the glow on the wall. And when I looked, I could see it, but it wasn't as bright as she was describing it. So my immediate thought it was light from outside or light from downstairs reflecting off the wall. But that is at a distance. And it's not pointing directly at the wall. I'm just trying to be safe.
Is it my understanding this is the first time you guys ever investigated? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Wow. Impressive.
Yeah, for sure.
You guys want to
wherever you want. We can go to a different floor. We can try.
Let's check out another floor.
Okay.
I feel like it's really quiet. Is this the stairs here?
Yeah.
We'll grab the right.
Steve, the guy with the camera, had a drawing, and they were the two ladies that won the
But it
drawing
seems in all
to do an
that
investigation
a
with.
lot going on. Nothing outrageous other than that smell. A couple of times the REM pod's gone off, but nothing too spectacular.
Thank you for that sub. Appreciate it.
Spirit box was pretty quiet. So in all, it was one of those quiet investigations. Still fun. It doesn't matter to me so much that I capture something. That's always the icing on the cake. But for me, it's just fun being in locations like this. This investigation stuff takes me to some pretty wild locations. Let me see, I got a cord in the way there. Sorry about that. Takes me to some pretty cool locations, very unique. I got to see things that most people don't, and I got to share them with you. And to me, that's the fun of it. It's the fun of the chase. It's the fun of the location. I like the history, and so just because something didn't happen necessarily tonight, nothing creepy, nothing out of the ordinary to the point where I would call it paranormal. That's okay, because here I am, and you're here with me.
Just a funny little note. This background that you see here is Keota. It's an old ghost town in eastern Colorado, kind of mid eastern corner of Colorado, up along the Wyoming border. But I got caught in a tornado there. That same day it was building as I took this photograph. And I got footage of that where I'm standing in there watching 3 different tornadoes drop within a half a mile of me. And there was nothing I could do, nowhere to go, nothing. I could just sit there and watch them. But anyways, just a little side note. All right, let's go down to the other. All right, here we are. Let me switch cams here. There we go. So yeah, that was the Elks Lodge. That was like the second or third time, I can't remember now, that I investigated there. And I love the place. It's a lot of fun, and that's, again, it wasn't off the chart. There was nothing real crazy. I mean, I didn't find, at the time that I was doing that little segment at the end, I hadn't realized that I captured whatever that thing was moving in the hallway with the laser grid. That was pretty exciting as I was doing the editing for the video. That's when I found it. And so, that was a little icing on the cake that I didn't even know that I captured. But that's a fun place to investigate for sure. And I love Steve and Tiffany both. They're a lot of fun and good people to investigate and just be around. They're just good people. So that was the investigation there in Florence. And now I'm gonna show you some raw footage that will probably, I really have to do some work to it to ever make it a video, but the location was pretty cool. And I took a whole trip. I spent several weeks just going from ghost town to ghost town as I was leaving Colorado for a 2-year road trip, as it turned out. But I was leaving Colorado, and So I was stopping off at various ghost towns and then boondocking there overnight, staying overnight, 2 nights, whatever, till I would get to a point, and then I would just move on down to the next. And the video I'm going to show you here, the problem I had with the video was I was filming with an iPhone. I just got a new iPhone. I was quite impressed with how well it did. However, it sucked, and I will never have another iPhone so long as I ever live. I've had 2 now, and both of them just caused me nothing but stress. As you'll find out in this video, I don't know what the heck was happening. Hey there, Pimpin, how are you? How are you? Welcome. So, as I was filming with this, you'll hear a nasty click, 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 click. You'll hear it. You'll hear it. I guarantee you will. And I didn't realize it was doing that. It killed like 3 of my major videos. Right. Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, how are you? How are you? Nice. So, as a consequence, I'm going to have to go back in and edit and dub in my voice, do a voiceover or something. But the footage is really cool, and the story is really cool. And another sad thing that happened with that particular, this was actually the second time I went to this area. This was actually thank you. This was actually the second time I went to this area, and the first time that I went, I actually interviewed the old man that owns the property that you'll see in this video coming up. His name was Art. He was an old school bus driver for that particular district. Nice. Thank you, Stringster. Thank you for that gifted sub. Now you got no excuse, double K. You have to keep coming back. That's just the rules. Just the rules. I don't make them. We just all have to abide by them. So yeah, thank you very much. In case you guys don't know who Double K and String are, they were the 2 girls in here with Ghost Hunt USA last week that were involved in the little chair incident.
It was at this moment he knew. He fucked up.
Man. You wonder why I have those Jeopardy moments all the time. Because I have to keep going back to what I was talking about. At any rate, they were the ones in the chair room for that chair room incident that I did get the sound to. In fact, I ought to play that bite real quick. The one that I just posted on my Facebook. Let's see here. I think I can pop it up on my YouTube because I got to go there anyway. So let me cue it up. What's up, Gramps? There we go. Push that up. Pause. Now we got to go to the. Got to go to my videos. Cool. Hang on, I'm doing some stuff over here on the side. You guys can't see it, but I can see it. I'm over here now. So let's see. Yeah, here it is. I'll play this up real quick. If you guys didn't see the finished version, this is where I put in the sound with everything. I think it's funny as hell. It's gonna be a classic, I'm sure. So let me switch cams here. We'll go to that second monitor. There. Here we go. And by the way, String was, I believe it was String, was nice enough to send me over her video that had the audio because mine didn't have any audio. So then I just married the audio with her video as well. So you'll see a couple of different angles. Some of the angles are from her camera. Some of the angles are from the static cam that I have down in the chair room. but this is funny.
Are you saying something like on my right shoulder?
Yeah, and it was just like,
It touched me.
oh.
Yeah.
It never gets old.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! I've never been grabbed like that. It like put both its hands on my head. Oh my god! I've never.
I thought he was going to have a heart attack.
Breathe.
It touched me.
This is from her angle, the camera she has.
And shivers down your spine. Shrieking skulls will shock your soul, seal your doom tonight.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I've never been grabbed like that. It like put both its hands on my head. Oh my god! I've never been grabbed like that. It like put both its hands on my head.
All right, well, that was fun. At least for us. I didn't get the, hang on just a second, stop that before it starts playing. I didn't get the video up for the boiler room yet, but I'll work on it tomorrow. I've been so dang busy. Yeah, he did. He looked like he was definitely, he's going to go see Esther along with Sanford and Son. Remember that? Esther, I'm coming to see you. Yep, that was probably officially the last GHU scare. They are no longer here. I don't know if you guys heard that or not. But all the employees got the email on early Monday morning. And then we got it here in the Abbey about 11 o'clock on Monday. So yeah, they've chose to shut down completely across the United States. They have some legal issues going on. I'm not going to go into any details about that. But they are no longer here at the Abbey, which is sad. But we'll get to see Misty and Jen and the girls that hosted here because they're my buddies, and we'll do some stuff and hang out together and whatnot. I'm sure. So let's see, there was something else I was going to grab out of here, and I can't remember now. I jumped onto that. Let me see what these videos are. Maybe remind me here. Your channel. This is not it. Not it. I'm looking here on my other channels. I've got a few. I have a few. Switch accounts. Let's go to.
Hey, Dennis.
Yes, sir. What? Why you do that, Chris? I'll quit looking. Hi, book. Yeah. Oh yeah. You can. Thank you, Chris. I'm sorry. I take it back. Yeah, you can book the Abbey here for your group. We're going to be hosting also little ghost tours that'll go. We're thinking somewhere around 7 o'clock till midnight, or we'll be having little events throughout the summer as well. So we've got a lot of stuff coming up. As soon as I get Mayhem out of the way here in the next 2 weeks, which is consuming so much of my free time along with everything else, Then I'll focus in and try to get that stuff worked out and start getting some investigations going here. Now, here, let me just go here. As we get going, and you'll find out that my events are half the price of what they were, and I only allowed up to 10 people in my on my investigation. So you're not going to be investigating with 20, 30, 50, 100 other people. It'll be 10 and whoever I have helping me out that night with the thing, and you'll only pay half the price. Plus, we get full run of the whole thing. I've got keys to places that, and as you guys saw on last Saturday night, I was able to get you to the gymnasium and up into the monks' room and stuff like that. Those are places that typically I don't open for any. If it was anybody else but Jen and Misty, I wouldn't have ever opened up those doors. So you guys are kind of lucky that you got to do that. But I do it all the time. And there's some other buildings and stuff that I have, access to that isn't open to the general public. So that's what you get out of my investigations. And again, the main thing is it's half the money. So, yeah. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, we had a blast. It was so much fun. But so we will be posting more events up. I'm way behind on my Simply Ghost page again. We're getting so close to mayhem now. We're officially, coming down to the last 2 weeks, and the clock is ticking. And I've got so many loose ends to take care of. I just found out yesterday. Chris has a major scheduling conflict all of a sudden, and he will not be speaking. And I'm pretty sad about that because a lot of people wanted to investigate with him, and also I was looking forward to hearing him speak because he's got a lot of great information. What are you preparing for right now? My mayhem event, I invite. It's an invitational, and I invited investigators from all over the United States. So I've got people coming in from as far as New York, Baltimore, Boston, Arizona, Texas, California. They're all coming in, and then we all get together. And we spend 4 days here. We stay at the sister's house. Thursday night is basically a big party for me. No, it's where it's the meet and greet, and we all stay at the sister's house too. I rent the entire sister's house. We have 15 rooms over there, and it accommodates 28 people. And it's got a shared kitchen and 3 bathrooms, and it's just a really cool place. I'll take you over there sometime next time you're up here. Yeah, we play Cards of Humanity. We swap lies and tell stories. And then on Friday and Saturday, we do intense investigating, and we go all over the campus. And you, again, they have access to pretty much any building they want to go into where the general public doesn't. And so we investigate, but more importantly, we bring in these teams or these people that lead teams, or people like me. I don't really have a team. I have Simply Ghost Network, but if you're part of my network, we are equal. There's no lead investigator. There is no. We're all equal. You are on my level. I don't put. I take care of a lot of things because I typically have more time than everybody else. But it's not about me being lead investigator. I'm pretty much here for everybody, and I'll share my knowledge and the history and all that stuff. But it's fun for me because these people come in and maybe they have a special method for doing EVPs or a special method in the way that they do the Estes method, or another thing that they're doing in their investigation, and they share this with each other and all of us, and there's no ego. Nobody is any better than anybody else, and we share this information, and we all become better investigators, doing that. And it's just a lot of fun, a lot of good people. Um, it's a pretty amazing event. This is my 10th annual, so it's a pretty big deal. Yeah, Perry Unity for sure. That's what it's about. So we will have another one. Just put it on your calendar. We will have another event like this towards the end of September. And I like doing the last one of the season at that time, because October 1st through the entire month of October, then they have the haunted house over at Ullathorne Hall. And there's actually, they use the basement here in the monastery and set up the haunted house here as well. And so I try to plan that last weekend before the haunted house opens up, because then Ullathorne Hall is in full dress for the Halloween season, and they have the haunted house set up downstairs as well. So it's kind of an extra bonus that my guests get to do, is actually go through this stuff and be able to see all these exhibits and stuff before the public gets to see it. So it's a pretty big deal. And I think it's like the 17th and 18th of September. I'll have to check my calendar. I can't recall. And at any rate, stay tuned. I'll give you plenty of notice. But the tickets on that depends on whether I'll get the Sisters House or whether I put rooms down at Headley Hall and sell them that way. So they'll be anywhere from about $150 to $185 for both nights. And you get to stay here, probably at the Sisters House is where I'll set it up. So should be a lot of fun. Should be a lot of fun. And that way you don't have to, you leave, you go, you got your own room over there at the Sisters House, crawl into bed, nice beds, nice rooms, and then you're here. You're here. So that's planned, and if you keep track of my simplyghost.com, that's where I generally post all that stuff. But I'll have it on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok, and I'll be getting the word out for sure. Yeah. So let me catch up. I'm kind of falling behind. Last year was amazing. Yeah, Val you've made it a couple of years in a row, and it's always so much fun. Yeah. And let's see, so many super para investigators. Yeah, and they change. Sometimes I got people coming in from Alabama, Florida, down in Georgia, and Tennessee, and some of the southern states. This year, I don't have any southerners coming, other than Texas is about as southern as I get. Better mark our calendars. There you go. Because I'll tell you what, the mayhem this year, I posted. I had the 15 rooms, and some of them you can double up. Some of them even you can have 3 people stay in that room. The tickets sold out in 38 hours. So if you want to go, when those tickets go on sale, you need to get your tickets right away. Don't hesitate. Don't wait, because they will sell out. And I'm pretty much a stickler on numbers. And once we sell out the rooms, that's it. We're done. I'm not selling any more tickets. Sometimes I do daytime tickets, like this week, or this one coming up. I was trying to sell some daytime tickets, because it's a good thing to come in and hear Sean speak. You'll hear Rich speak. I had the Chris and James going to speak. Now I kind of have that slot I got to fill. And then we were going to do a panel discussion afterwards with all of us, including myself, and you guys could do a Q&A thing. So now I'm kind of figuring stuff out. We'll get it worked out, but it'll still be a lot of fun. Sean had a pretty good idea. We may work out, but at any rate, that's this year. It's coming up, and it's coming up quick. So yeah, the tickets go very, very quickly. If you share a room, like if you, then you get like a 15% discount for 2 people sharing a room. So it saves you a little bit of money too. All right. Let's see, booked out the top floor a couple of years ago. Yeah, you did. Actually, Val, you almost had a family reunion during that, because I think half of everybody that was there was family and friends of yours. Yeah, that first year that you guys came, it was pretty incredible. We had a blast though. So anyways, I forgot what I was looking for over here. Go to my channel here real quick and see if I could see what if something rings my bell. All right, guys, we're here in Coffeyville, Kansas. Oh no, we're not. Currently standing outside the. That's a good video though. That's my #1 on that channel. Let's see. Yeah, it had 166,000 views on that one. But that's not the one I'm looking for. Not the one I'm looking for. I don't even know what I was looking for. Your ears must have been burning. I was thinking about you. Yep, we're getting close here, buddy. Wanty's going to come out. He's already sent out the stuff that we need to string Wi-Fi. All right. Magmorta, hello. Right? Can't wait. So he's coming in Wednesday. The event actually starts on Thursday. He'll be here on Wednesday, flying in from Boston. And we're going to set up Wi-Fi throughout the building so that we can start having audio throughout the building. That's what I'm most excited about. You guys won't have to listen to my walkie-talkie or that mic that sounds like I'm talking for a tin can. We have actual lavalier mics and little devices that we should be able to go through. Hey, Julie, how are you? How you been, Julie? Wow, Julie, 12 months. Holy smokes. Wow. That is so cool. Thank you so much. 12 months. Yeah, a cat was in the other day, and I think she got like her 22nd month. To me, that's amazing. Jim Fraser is here. I didn't see Jim come in. Are you here, Jim? If so, Jim was the guy in the video that got mowed over. Yeah. Yep. The 2 girls are here, so the only one we're missing is the fellow that mowed everybody down. Nice. So Jim, did you see the video? I actually got it done the next day and everything because String sent me the video. Is that right? You were the one that sent the video, or you and your sister? String and, gosh, I forgot your screen names. And Double K. There you go. Double K and String sent me over the video, and so I tied the audio into that video, and it really turned out good. Yeah, cool. Cool. Glad you made it, man. Well, there's another investigation I could take you guys. Um, I can't remember what I was going to show you something, and I don't see anything because on my other channel here, this is my wee boondocking. So if you guys are interested in something besides Ghost and you just want to see my travel adventures, then you can check out this channel here. It's Wee Boondock on YouTube right here, Wee Boondock, and it's got all kinds of little, not only paranormal type stuff, but a lot of stops along the way when I was traveling and different stuff that I would come across and check it out. There's a lot of fun stuff on there. Hell, you can learn how to make my granny's dumplings if you want to. So it's quite the variety. But there's some fun videos in there. Let's see. Oh, I know. I was looking for that time I got caught in the tornado. That's in Kyoto, but that's not the one I was looking for. I can't remember. At any rate. So this is like all over the country. Everything from Montana, the Dakotas, Wyoming, down to Nevada, New Mexico, Arizona, Texas, Louisiana, Florida, Arkansas, Tennessee, Mississippi. Gosh, I don't know. But they're from all over the United States. Anyways, you can check that out if you want to see some of my travel stuff. But that's what I'm going to show you now is a place I stopped in southern Colorado before I started my quote unquote southern trip, which took me all the way down into Florida, ultimately in Florida. And then I spent a couple of months there and lollygag coming back home. 2 years later, I finally made it back. But yeah. Yep. No hurry, no rush. I literally got to a point where I would spin a bottle, and wherever the bottle pointed, that's the direction I would drive that day. And then spin the bottle and find out which direction I was heading next. And what a great way to live. Because I got to meet so many cool people and go to so many places that I never would have even dreamed of. And it was an amazing time. Then coming back was during COVID, which was, I don't know how it was for you guys, but COVID was the best time of my life ever, ever, because there was nobody on the highway. Everywhere that I went that was open, I had the entire place to myself. Gas was $1.50 a gallon, and I was living high. I was living high. Had plenty of toilet paper. Yep, it was a good thing. Yeah, but hype train success. I did it. Thank you, Sir X. I assume you probably started that. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Yeah, and thank you guys for all the subs, the biddies, the cheers, and all that stuff. It means a lot to me because I buy stuff constantly for the channel to make it better for everybody. Thank you. Choo-choo. So like today I got this. Doesn't look like anything, but that's going to help the quality of video and it'll make me able to stream now my roaming cam in 1080 rather than the 720 that it streams now, which means a higher, better quality for you. Just got that today. I got some little things now. My my lights will turn on and off by sound or by my buttons here on the console. Again, little things like that just make the stream better, and it makes it easier for me and better for all of us. So yeah, thank you for all that support. Thank you. All right, now let's go ahead and start checking out. I'm going to close these windows out here. Close that one. Quit. Go away. Quit. All right. Let me go to this page and start opening up some windows here. This is going to be the video from where kinda not. She's going on in the house. I get it. You're the only boss in the house, so you got to deal with it. Oh, I know where I put it. I put it in my brute folder. There we go. That I think. I don't see it there though. Elks. I think it was Boreal. Oh, I know. I'm not even in the right. Here we go. There we are. All right. So again, guys, this is going to be rough, raw footage, but it's kind of fun. So here we go. This is some of the stops along the way. And if you like the places I stop by, I'll start, every other week changing it up a little bit and doing some of the stops along the way as well as some of the haunted stuff. But this will kind of give you an idea. And I think I'll start out with the drone footage, which is, again, it's raw, so it hadn't been cleaned up or anything, but is what it is. Let me get this. Maybe we'll start with the drone if I can. Did I add it? Thought I did. Elks Lodge. Sorry, guys. Shooting from the hip here. Well, I know I have it. So why don't I just start playing something, and then maybe when I find it, then we'll come to the drone. Which I think this is it. Yeah, it's pretty raw. And there's no sound to it either.
2 hours later.
Hey. I notice nobody plays Jeopardy anymore. Wonder why. Kind of put a stop to that. Yeah, this is really crappy. It needs color rated and stuff, and I had one. Oh, here it is, I think. Oops. Go to that one instead. It's not as bad. So you can tell we're on the eastern plains of Colorado because you could watch a dog run away for days. Because it just goes on and on and on. It's so flat. So flat. And I'll explain all this in a minute. This is the old farm that I was exploring. Now, where we're at right now, let me just pause it there. Right there, wherever I was. There. So the town of Boreal never was over more than 800 people. But this was the old schoolhouse here back in the day. And the farm that we see here belonged to the school bus driver. His name was Art. And unfortunately, I did an interview with him one day. And he actually had taken one of these buildings. Let me see here, get my bearings. Yeah, this building back here, and he created a museum out of it, and had some old photographs of Boreal and back in the day, and was quite a historian for the general area here. And I met him there at the building, and I was asking for permission to go, kind of roam the property and check out the old buildings and stuff. Unfortunately, that entire interview was on a hard drive that got destroyed. Long story, but it happens. And so I lost everything, and the fellow is no longer alive. When this he passed away about 3 months after I took this last video there. So he was the last surviving resident of Boreal. Let's go ahead and finish playing it out. So that's pretty much it. That gives you an idea of the area that we were in. And now I'll just start playing some raw video. Again, there's nothing much to it. I'll go quickly through this first one because it's just shows you how in the middle of the nowhere I was driving my RV through. And this is what I did a lot. I would just pick a dirt road and go and see where I ended up, and that's how I found Boreal. And then I found Arroyo, and got back over to Wild Horse. And this is just miles and miles of cruising dirt roads. And then I just happened to come over that little hill and came across Boreal. Said, hey, I gotta check this out.
Well, I'm here in the town of Boreal. Surprisingly, there's quite a bit of it left. A lot of it gone, but we're definitely going to check this one out. Go across the street, check out the old Davis homestead. I can't remember his first name, but over here, behind this barn and this old shed, is there you see him in his little cart
right there.
That's Mr. Art Davis. I spoke with him for a little bit. He's lived here all his life. Give me a little bit of the history, and wow, what a cool little place.
Yeah, that's
so we're going to explore it. You told me I'm pretty much free to roam wherever I want to. We follow this old road up here.
That burst of noise was my iPhone constantly pinging for a satellite. I didn't even realize as I was filming it was happening. So it's just something we're going to have to put up with. Sorry about that.
To the end, the old high school sits up on the hill. He said it's long since been destroyed and fallen back down to the earth. Nothing but rubble. A lot of red brick, he said, but it was a two-story structure. So we'll get back there. We're going to check out the old barn and the old house there. We'll go across the street, check out the Davison homestead, and then he said over there where you see the little barn structure, it was actually in front of that the old hotel for here in Boreal. This used to be U.S. Highway 40 at one time, and then they redid it, and it's just over that ridge and about I don't know, 5 miles away, 4 miles away, and so that pretty much killed the town. It was a railroad town, and there you can see the railroad tracks, but again, once the railroad pulled out, 40 pulled out, it was pretty much the end of Borio. So let's see what's left. Well, I'm here in the town of Borio.
Obviously, I was cutting for a YouTube video, but because of that sound problem that I have, I never made it a YouTube.
Again, this is the town of Borio. Pretty cool. Checking out the old barn.
You get up into that house and the barn, I believe. Can't remember. If it was that time or the time before.
Well, the wind's died down, so hopefully my audio is a little better. At least died down for now. Tromping through these high grasses. Gotta pay attention. Snakes. I don't like the tall grass. Kind of looking ahead. My hearing is less than acute. So even if there's a rattlesnake around, there's a good chance I'm not going to hear him until it's too late. So I just got to pay attention. Old boxcar. Gonna go back to the chicken coop maybe. Hopefully there's nobody out here. Meaning little slithery friends. As I say, I stopped by Art's house and he said he was okay with me wandering around out here. So I do have permission. I always try to seek permission, and if I don't find anybody, I may shoot from the outside, but I won't ever try to enter a building that I don't have permission to be in. And my rule of thumb is always the same. Anytime I do enter a building, regardless what's in it, I never take anything more than pictures. All right. Very cool. All right, there you see Art's house.
Don't you start with me, Sir X.
It's dark. I don't know if it is or not. It's hard to say. All right. Well, I'm here in the town of...
Let's see here.
Little piece of information for you people. You may have heard the expression dog days. Currently, that would be a period of time that we're in now. Dog days is where a snake is shedding its skin, and once the skin is over their eyes, they're pretty much blinded. Not that a rattlesnake can see very well to begin with, but even more so, when they have that skin over their eyes, they're very unpredictable because they'll strike at anything. And so that's where the expression came from. If a dog was just passing by, they'd strike out at it. Anything that moved just because they thought they were under attack and couldn't see. So we are in dog days right now, so I don't want to come up on anything and spook it. A lot of lumber laying here on the ground through this alleyway. I'm having second thoughts about going through this, so I may turn around and go back. No big deal.
Sorry for the noise, guys. That's why I didn't make this into a video.
Pretty nice. All right, well, let's go check out maybe the old school up the end of the road. These are kind of interesting. I didn't know at first what they were. Excuse me. But then, speaking with Art, he informed me that they were pairing sheds for hogs. And so this was an old hog pen. And these were the sheds that they were bed down in, I guess. Octagon shape, can't really tell in the video, but they're stop sign shaped buildings. Gonna head back here, you'll see the foundation of the old school here pretty quick. That's the old high school, by the way. Said it was a two-story structure, long since falling down, or fallen down. So there's nothing left. Foundation and some rubble. But we'll go check it out. Another little boxcar, it looks like. They transformed into probably a bunkhouse or something. As this part of the country gets pretty warm in the summertime, he said this year especially, they were experiencing temperatures of 108, 109 degree days for a regular period of time. He says he was glad that we're falling into the fall season as it is getting cooler at night and whatnot. I couldn't blame him. Too dang hot. All right. All right, there you can see the foundation of the old school. Looks like what used to be the old furnace. In them old pictures that I have, I don't know that I can pick out the school. I'll try. As it looked in the 1930s when it was still standing. But that's the foundation, and that's all that's left of the old, I guess it was kindergarten through 12th grade, all went through here, two-story school. This is what I call the boneyard. This is where all the old farm implements and extra lumber and whatever you needed to park, get out the way. This is where it'd end up. Then you can see old compressors, farm equipment, trucks, lumber, whatever they can get back here. This is where it ended up.
kind of funny. I was flying my drone, getting my drone footage, and the drone decided it was going to go south literally, and it took off, and my drone will go up to 6 miles away before I lose connection on my. And
Well,
it
back when this was
got quite a ways away,
US
and
40.
I managed to just keep playing with the buttons and finally got it to respond to come back. And then it set up in the air for like up around 300-400 feet for quite some time. And then my low battery alarm started going off, which meant I was probably going to crash it if I didn't get it down. Well, I'd just gotten it back because, or no, I guess it was after this. I was filming Wonderview Tower, and I'll have to show you the footage there. I crashed it into the tower. It was like $350 to get it. It was broken so bad that they just replaced it. But that was a $1,500 drone, so I didn't mind paying the $350 to have them just replace it. It's not as good as it must have been the first generation of something I had the third generation of, but hey, at least I got the drone back and it flies. But actually, this was the second. Now that I'm thinking about it, this was the second drone, and that's why it took off and started flying in some odd direction because I didn't have it quite set up right. That's what it was. Yeah, so I about lost that drone the second time. Just a little behind the scenes there. I finally got it down, but I had to actually hold it from taking off again. It would come down, and then I ran up and grabbed it and held it, but it kept trying to take off again. And I had to hold it until the battery finally did die.
Then this was the service station here in Boreal. And you can tell it's been out of service for a while. So let's take a peek inside, huh? Pretty day, nice and sunny. Not too hot today. That's good. Still warm. Alright, keep an eye out for snakes, guys.
I missed it.
Need a radio? Got one right there. Shoot, there's a couple of them and some speakers too. No idea what's in them, but I bet you can't drink them. I'll try to walk through this floor a little bit. At least I know it doesn't drop very far if it does cave in. Pretty rickety. Pretty rickety and rotted. Oh. Yep. Doesn't like my petiteness. Oh yeah.
Doesn't like my petiteness.
A lot of concrete
sir.
got hard.
That's a good idea.
That's what's holding the roof up. Must have been the service station side. The garage, I guess. Cool old doors back there. I like them. It's pretty neat. Yeah. Let me step back outside.
If I remember, I think it was an old Shamrock station.
Yeah, pretty rickety. Rotted. Ooh. See, no snakes. All right. Yeah.
Or resting on the road.
Yeah, there's the chimney. Shelving for the old store, I guess. Little meat grinder. Yep, not much left to the old station. I'm guessing it was probably a Sinclair affiliate at one time. And the reason I say that is because that sign there on the roof says Dino. So I'm thinking that's what it was. Yep, the walls caved in and gone.
That's why the old Shamrock
Yeah,
stations
this is
had
the
the
old filling
dinosaur,
station.
because they sold dino gas.
Well, I'm here.
Now we go across the street.
Okay, this is the old Davis house. Not the same as Art. He said he wasn't related. Wow, pretty neat. Can't really tell in the windows, but they're definitely the old original panes because you could see the waves in the glass and stuff. Hope this is taking a pretty decent video. Try to lighten it up a little bit. There. Definitely something out of a horror story. Love to spend the night here just to hear it creak and maybe some voices,
You can
footsteps.
see those
Pretty
window
cool. I've got
glasses
some good
is
old
the
stories.
original. They have all that
And
wave and
according
stuff in
to
them.
Art Davis across the street, in front of this old barn here, somewhere off in this area here, the hotel used to sit, but they've since tore it down and removed it. Oh, I think I see some rubble over there. Might have been part of the foundation at one time. But he said it sat over here by this garage.
Have you been in the Davis
The
house?
old
I
dry
didn't
creek
go.
bed back there that you see, and where the
I wanted
trees
to,
all,
but I didn't have
all
permission.
the cottonwoods kind of follow the old creek bed. You can probably see from here.
I just saw
There's
something
nothing in there but sand right now.
that I didn't see
very-
before. I gotta go
Few
back.
times does it ever
Right
fill
here,
with water.
Watch.
Fill with water.
Something crawls behind that building right there.
Water.
Let's see. Right there.
Art says that it would reach flood levels about twice a year. At one time, they'd get heavy runoffs and heavy rain, but since then, he's 81 years old. So back when he was a kid, they didn't have so many farms and stuff
You know, I
pulling the
saw
water
it.
out of the state, and so there was more of an abundance of water. Now it's nothing but a sandy creek bottom. Every now and then you'll see a pool or two, and that's where they usually run their cattle. But
Was it before that?
farms and stuff pulling the water out of the state, and so there was more of an abundance of water. Now it's nothing but a sandy. Reach flood levels about twice a year. At one time,
I
they
don't
get
know.
heavy
Maybe it was my
runoffs and heavy
imagination,
rain.
but I thought I saw something go
Since
around
then,
the corner.
he's 81 years old. So back when he was a kid, they didn't have so many farms and stuff pulling the water out of the state, and so there was more of an abundance of water. Now it's nothing but a sandy creek bottom. Every now and then you'll see a pool or two, and that's where they usually run their cattle. But maybe the hotel set right over there. Again, you can see that rubble sitting there. That was probably part of the foundation. So, pretty cool old house.
Did you go in the
again,
Davis house?
There are people living next door. He says they don't come around very often anymore.
Sir X?
He says if there's a car in the driveway, why then go ahead and stop in. They don't mind you looking around.
Oh, you like the old ghost stories? Okay.
Just let them know that you're here.
Yeah, I was gonna spend the night in there, but I couldn't. Said the owners were out of town.
Well, I'm
'Cause I
here in the town of Borio. Surprisingly, well, this is the backside of the old Davis house.
I mean, obviously, I could have got in if I wanted to.
Looks like It's only got a few years left. Roof is sagging. No shingles or anything. It's slowly falling back to Mother Nature.
But I ended up spending the night in Aurora. And then I ended up staying the next 3 days. Another ghost town. It was better than this one anyways.
You can see that old gas station across the way there.
Alright, last one.
So here we are in the old service station. As you can see, it's seen better days. There's that stack of concrete. That's the only thing holding that roof up over there, because it's all gone. It's the front of the building here. Kind of interesting. I see the old service bell down there. Ding ding, or maybe it was the telephone when you were outside. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I've got some good aerial footage today. Finally, I'm glad. I will say, whoa, floor is caving in. I will say though, the drone acted up in the end and was not good. It was not good. Fortunately, it came back close enough I could grab it out of the air, and I had to hold it till the battery ran down. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that thing. It's not flying correctly, and it scares me. It doesn't give me any confidence in going too far away or doing too much with it, or the fact that, yeah, it will fail me sooner or later. And so up there is the old Dino sign. You can see it across the top there. And I believe that this was probably a Sinclair back in the day because of that. Here's something I didn't notice before, right above the doorway here. It does say Boreal. Boreal, Colorado. Didn't notice that before. That's part of the fun of coming back. The second time you see things you don't see the first time. So again, gotta keep an eye out on for rattlesnakes. They are out. They are big from what I understand, and they like the taller grass. We all know that. So here I'm in definitely the taller grass. Pay attention. The Lord knows I don't need to be hit by a rattlesnake. Go off over here. There's the old truck there, the school bus. Alright guys, so I'm going to head across the street here. You can see the old Smith house over there. That's where I'm going to head next. So I'll see you there.
Alright guys, that's all I had on Boreal there. But yeah, then I ended up downing in Arroyo, which was a super cool little town. And I ended up spending 3 days there in the ghost town. this particular day, this was earlier in the day, but it was Friday the 13th. And I really wanted to spend the night in a ghost town. And I saw this one it came up in my search. So I went down there to check it out. Oh, wow. Well, thank you for that. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah. Thanks for that. I like the shirts. Actually, mine's about wore off now. It's time for me to get a couple more for me. And my coffee mugs, they make the coffee taste 10 times better. And they probably make the coffee stay at that perfect temperature for hours if it needs to. They are the finest coffee mugs I'd ever had the pleasure of drinking out of. And they're mine. Imagine that. Right? Now it's getting deep, right? All right, so yeah, that's kind of it tonight, guys. I didn't get a whole lot scheduled up, and I actually was going to go ahead and do a investigation at the end of this, but I'm struggling tonight, guys. Got to be honest, I'm struggling tonight, and I just I'm on some medication that makes me really nauseous sometimes, and this is one of those sometimes, and I just don't feel like going up and down stairs dragging cables tonight. So I'm gonna lay low and call it a short night. I will be back on Friday or Saturday or maybe both, because I want to get downstairs and do some stuff downstairs. So I will drag the cable down, and we will get...
Oh my God, so many stairs. I'd like to find whoever invented the stairs and push him down these stairs just to show him how stupid stairs are. Then his legs will be broken, and he will no longer be able to climb the stairs anymore. It'll be ironic, and then his wife will leave him and go be with the man who invented the elevator. Because everyone knows that elevators are much sexier than stairs. And oh my God, I'm not even close to being at the top yet. Why are there so many stairs?
Absolutely. Oh, don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. I don't wanna. It don't matter. It don't matter. So yeah, guys, that's kind of it for tonight. Like I say, I went through and I did kind of survey the water damage. We're taking on a lot of water right now. So
2 hours later.
Whenever you're at the monastery, it's if you could throw in a couple of extra bucks into the donation box, it goes back towards the restoration projects here, and it really helps. It's small and it may seem trivial, but it adds up. But that's my mission. It's kind of what I tried to do over the past 13 years of being here, is trying to ensure that the building will be here another 100 years. But unless the owners decide to put some money into that roof, it's not going to make it. So, boy, my camera's just closed up for some reason. Something just changed. Something just changed. Not on my other cam. Let's see. So I have all these cameras, guys. And then on top of that, let me get this set up here. There's something downstairs. Something downstairs in these cameras. Let's see here. It's frozen for some reason. It's not letting me get to it. Quit. Okay, I think I gotta, there we go. All right. Something's going on. I don't know what. All right. Main, and main. Okay, let's see what's going on down in these cameras. It looks Like something was moving about, but I don't see anything down there. I don't see anything down there. But it looked like there was something right here in this area here a second ago. Something short, about this high. But that's when my camera glitched. Let's see, we can make that cleaner there. There we go. So that goes down to the basement. That's the back door from the chapel, goes into the sacristy over into the monk's bedroom. The main hallway. So the stairs are right here. The priest dining room is here. The viewing room is here. That takes you to the chapel, or this goes down to the sacristy. Coming back down the hallway here. That's Father Cyprius A. Bradley. He was the first abbot here. But coming back down the hallway, then you would end up in this area. We do have a light there. That's just beyond the double doors. So that one camera is down here. This is another camera. And there's double doors right here that will bring you into the administration's part, which is here. No, I'm sorry, here. Let's clean that up. There we go. So that's the only part of the building that has heat is right there in this section here, the front of the building. Nobody in there. And then we check that front door. And there's nobody there. So I don't know what I saw on the ramp. That door's locked. I made sure it was locked when I came up here. My door's unlocked. They could come up this way, but I would see them in this other cameras here. So if I go to these cameras, they would show up in this cam here coming up this ramp if they were coming up this way. Or I would see them at the end of this hallway here. Or in the bell tower camera that I have right here, I would see them all the way to the end of the hall. Here I am in command. Hey there. All my junk laying around. My stuff. You can see that the room with the chair is flooding right now. That's all that water getting in here from the last rain. Looks like that pool got a little bigger since I was down there earlier this evening. We have standing water in the bathroom on the 3rd floor. You can see here in the clock tower, that's water coming in from that part right over the doorway there. It's sad to me to see this happening. But again, I can't do anything about it. Put buckets down. Keep the buckets down and then empty them when they fill up. Some of them empty or fill up very quickly. The holes are so big. I did have to go down and close this door. It was ajar, but I'm pretty sure if I went back, it was the Department of Corrections. They were doing some in-quarter training yesterday, and they probably left it open. I didn't go back and check because it doesn't really matter. Unless it was a ghost. Which I guess I could check. And why not? Let's see if there was an event that took place. Nothing else, you'll see them training. Let's see, room with the chair. Another. All right, let's search this. see. Nope, we don't want that one. Chair room. No, we want the long hallway. I think it's camera 16 actually. Yeah. See, you can see it open right there. Just ajar. So we're going to go play. Okay, now it's closed, so I had to have gone down there and closed it somewhere in this section right here. Yep, there I am closing it. Go back. Oops. Well, we'll go back and find out, huh? What the hell is that? Keep blocking that light too. Big blob. Probably had the crawler hanging out with me. Okay, now I'm coming out. And there you have it. All right, let's see why it opened up. So it's open there, it's open there, it's open there. So it's probably since yesterday. So we'll have to go back, search, go back a day. And it started at midnight, play. Yeah, so it was like that all day yesterday. So we'll go back another day. This is something really cool too, guys. Before you couldn't watch any of this happen. But now with the new setup and the Elgato capture card, you're not getting any lag. The picture's a lot cleaner, and now you get to see all this stuff as I do it, which is a big plus. Again, you know, this is stuff that I bought with your bits and cheers and that sort of thing. It goes right back into the stream. I see the door is shut now, so let's check it out. Right now that door is shut, so let's. I know the Department of Corrections. Okay, they got the light on. I see somebody in here now. Somebody moving around right there. There we go. That explains that. I was wondering what that thing was doing. They put it right in the doorway over here, and I wondered how it got there. Now I know. I don't know what they're doing. Like they're screwing around. Let's go back and find out who opened it, though. We know it was them. Okay, I'm going to go fast forward through here till it lightens up. Whoops. See that dryer sheet just flapping in the wind, but we're going 32 times the regular speed there. All right, there you just saw one of the officers come out with a M16. I heard a bunch of screaming down there, and as they were training, apparently one of the guys was playing like he was the criminal, and he was using some pretty colorful language and whatnot, but I could hear him all the way up on the second floor where I was at. So I walked down there, and all of a sudden I said, "Oh, it's you guys," and I had like three guys bearing down on me with M16s, and then I just said, "Well, all right, didn't mean to bother you, sorry," and I just walked away, and then 2 or 3 of them looked at the door as I went up the stairs, like they couldn't believe that I was that casual about it, but I knew what was going on. So this effect now is happening because the IR is trying to figure out, should I be in IR or should I be in daytime? So the camera keeps flickering around trying to figure out what mode it should be in. We can see that guy with the gun though. He's down here and he's doing a room to room, checking each room and securing the rooms. And that's what they were training for, close quarter trainings. At any rate, so there you have it. That's who did it. That's who did it. And that's also why when you guys are downstairs and doing investigations in the basement, you'll find spent cartridges, and that was from the blanks that they shoot. They try to pick them up, but they don't always get them all. And they're all over the building here. They used to be all over Ullathorne Hall because that's basically where they did the training in the past. So he was the guy that they actually had down on the floor. Big dude. Hey, Amber, how are you? How are you? So they use the monastery for a lot of different things. A lot of different things. All right, cool. So that's how that door got open, Sir X. Now we know the rest of the story. Cool. All right. So amazing. Amazing. Cool, cool, cool. So at any rate, yeah, I got, let me see here. Back to my YouTube over here. Have you guys, have any of you, raise your hand if you have, you've been watching any of the videos that we've been posting? The Axe Batch is actually taking a big part of that. He takes care of posting the videos on Instagram, TikTok, and then I do because mine is automatic, it does it on the Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. But has anybody been watching those? Because we've been posting daily, and anywhere, at least one, sometimes two a day. I got two on YouTube last night and this morning. I'm just wondering how many of you guys are actually watching that? Because we've definitely seen an increase in the viewership and whatnot, and it's fun. It's fun. You don't have YouTube or TikTok. What's the socials? Somebody want to pop up my socials up there? There you are. There you are. So those are all my social channels. If you just click on them, then you'll see them. Good, good. Okay. Yeah, follow me. I'd appreciate it. Every little bit helps. If you see those things pop up, just comment in there and let me know what you think. If you like that, or if you didn't like it, or what. But I can tell you, again, it's kind of a variety depending on what my mood is that day. I've been pretty much focusing on all the bigger YouTubers that have been here that I've investigated with and done things with. But now I'm starting to spread out a little bit more and getting into the smaller groups and different things that I've done here with, just us regular people. And then also been trying to mix in some of my abandoned and my exploration type videos. We'll start moving in and kind of mixing everything up because I enjoy it all. If there's an adventure involved, I want to do it. And so this week or last week, I was actually trying to get out and start doing some more metal detecting, but damn, the weather turned on us in a hurry. And so it's not as inviting to get out there. Plus, I don't have time now. I had a couple of hours there that I thought, well, I'll go out and metal detect. And then old Axe Batch come around with his bullwhip and started smacking me on the ass, saying, "Dad, you got to get busy. You ain't got time for this stuff. You gotta get out there." And so, yeah, he rides my butt. Makes me work hard. I said, "I'm an old man, Jason. I don't want to work." Go to work, Dad. Go to work. Work hard now, and you won't have to work later. Well, I did that for 50 years. Don't make me do it again. But the reality is I couldn't get all this stuff done without him. So yeah. Well, thank you so much for that subscribe there, Amber. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Follow and sub. Does it get any better than this? Really? I mean, does it? Yep, a sub and a follow. So cool. Yeah, so we're like I say, this week I've got some things coming up on Friday and Saturday that it kind of depends. Today, actually, it snowed last night. It's gone by time I got out of bed, and the guy was supposed to come in and put some more solar panels on the RV, trying to get it ready so that I can get back on the road a little bit this summer in between all the stuff I got planned on here. But try to get down into New Mexico, Texas, maybe some Oklahoma, and some stuff around the state. But I want to have it ready. So I added some more solar so I can do more boondocking, which it never stopped me before. I did it anyways, but now it'll be a whole lot easier. At any rate, couldn't do it again today. I actually had them scheduled for the end of last fall, and the same thing. The cold weather came in kind of early, and if he's drilling holes and stuff in the roof of my RV, he's got to make sure that sealant seals real good. And he says with the cold weather, it won't seal right and could possibly cause leaks in my roof. So it's a good idea we wait till it gets a little bit warmer. And I'm not in any rush anyways. I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. So that got canceled. Got a guy, my truck's had some issues, so he's been trying to diagnose my truck for a few days, and that got canceled because he didn't want to stand out in the cold and work on my truck, which I get that. It's okay. So now everything's being moved forward. I got the mechanic coming tomorrow and then the RV guy coming on Monday. But this weekend, I plan on trying to do some investigating here. And we definitely will do that. Axe Batch, I showed you this. Axe Batch suggested that I get this little device, and what it's going to do is take my 720p and convert it to 1080p on my roaming cam, which will give you guys, again, it'll give you a better quality picture, and it might help with the overall picture as well. The big thing that's coming that I can't wait till Wanty gets here for Mayhem, because he's putting in all that wireless mesh system. And so we should have Wi-Fi in the basement and all the above floors. So I can finally walk around with the lavalier mic. Yeah, walk around with the lavalier mic and be able to stream, and you guys will have audio then as well as the video. So that'll be hot. It'll be hot. Trying to catch up. I meant all right, the scary storytelling channels, and I got the old man who can't sleep without. So I love the paranormal. Cool. That's funny. Good night, KK, Amber. Well, thank you very much. So cool. Yep, that's me. That's me all over. Just adorable. Adorkable. That's what they say. Yeah, I have a Metatron cube, and it's pretty cool. I like that, Chris. In fact, it made its debut right here in the basement at the Holy Cross Abbey, if I recall. You and Kevin came up that night. Metatron, right? The Supernatural. If you're familiar with the Supernatural, Amber, Chad Lindbergh from the Supernatural came and we investigated here one night. He's one of the celebrities that have been out here that we did some stuff together. In fact, I got a picture of him and I on my Discord channel. If you're part of Discord and you know how to use it, good for you, because I don't. I kind of fumble through it, but I do have some photographs in the photo section of Discord that you can go check out with some of the more famous people that I've hung out with here investigating and whatnot. But Chad Lindbergh was definitely one of them. What a nice guy. I really like Chad. just say that because I saw that you had posted the supernatural there. Hanging on the rear view mirror, the living room. You got them covered. All right. LearningReligions.com. Archangel Michael. Ugh, sorry about that yawn. Now everybody's going to yawn. It's contagious. It happens that way. So, all right, guys. Well, I'm going to call it because I need to go get something to eat. I got a late start, as usual, again today. Actually, there was, I was in the building, came in early, but then I wound up walking around the building here trying to figure out how much water damage we have. So I ended up having to go up the 4th floor, 3rd floor, and did room to rooms all the way down to the basement. And we've got quite a bit of water in here thanks to that little snowstorm we got. So I'm going to inform and leave a message. And they probably won't do anything. That's the whole pisser part. Is I don't imagine maintenance will do anything about it. They've got other things to do right now, and they're trying to get the sprinkler system going, their irrigation ditches flow. I get all that. And so, you got to prioritize things. And just because it's my number one priority, it might be their number 99 priority. So oftentimes when I tell them or ask them, to address something, it doesn't happen. I end up doing it myself. The difference is they get paid. I don't. I'm a 100%. Everything that I do is volunteered. I even pay rent to park my RV out there. I don't mind doing it because it all goes towards, the Abbey. It's not a lot, trust me. So it's not a bad deal. But I'm just saying, I don't get paid to do anything that I do. I open this place, I close it. I'm pretty much their night security. And what do I get out of it? It's my paranormal playground, man. How cool is that? I get to be in here whenever I want, wherever I want. I can go to all these outbuildings and I have pretty much I have access anywhere I want to go, actually, here on the campus. They trust me, and I do a lot of fundraising for the monastery here, so that affords me a lot of extra things that typically people don't get to do. But I get that, Like they changed the locks in the building yesterday, and within 15 minutes, I had a phone call. They told me what the new combo was. So it's like I'm in the loop. But I don't make a nickel. I don't get paid for this. And that's okay with me. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. So, my biggest concern, I definitely have a passion for this building and a love for this building and the spirits within this building that that's my reward. That's my payment is knowing that I'm securing that and I'm taking care of that. And so when I sound like I'm complaining because they're not going to clean up the water, I am only because of the fact that there should be something that gets taken care of right away in my books, that I'll end up having to do. And it shouldn't be that way, but I understand it too. I'm not hammering the maintenance guys. They do a lot, and they've got a lot on their plate too. This is a huge campus, and when you're dealing with 100-year-old buildings and 200 acres of them, there's a lot of maintenance and only 2 guys to do it. So yeah, I get it. So I'll take care of it. Play 1 and 3 lines a week. What? I missed something. Oh, Lotto. I can't even tell you the last time I played Lotto. I figure it's always a donation, so besides that, I'm not driven by money. As long as my wants and needs are taken care of, I'm good, and I'm good right now. At any rate. Yeah, yeah. There you go.
I told you. What did I tell you? Didn't I tell you? 'Cause I told you. And when did I tell you? A long time ago. And what did I say will happen when I told you? Exactly what just happened.
Right? See, I wouldn't have to be working my tail off. You wouldn't be cracking that whip if I.
Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine. Shrieking skulls will shock your soul, seal your doom tonight.
I know what Jason's. See, Axe Batch, a lot of you don't know. Axe Batch is my oldest son. He's in it for the inheritance. Let's be honest. Come on, let's be honest. If he makes me rich, I'll have something to leave him. That's his motivation. And I'm teasing, of course. But yeah, that's it. I keep giving away all my shit. But just think about it. That's just stuff you're not going to have to move.
It was at this moment he knew. He fucked up.
Right? Yeah. Because there's a pretty good chance that if I'm throwing my stuff away, it's been well used. And that's not always true anymore either, because being on the RV, I don't have a whole lot of room. And if I get something new and it's this big by this big by that big, I got to throw out stuff that's this big, and that big to make room for that new stuff. So I don't collect stuff anymore. So if it's and you know, I get good stuff.
Well, then get your shit together. Get it all together and put it in a backpack. All your shit, so it's together. And if you gotta take it somewhere, you know? Take it to the shit store and sell it. Or put it in a shit museum. I don't care what you do. You just gotta get it together. Get your shit together.
Right? And that's the way it is. Or move to command. Well, here's the deal, see. Yeah, the command, now I have as much crap in this command center as I got in the RV, probably more actually. I don't know what the heck I would do if I had to move this thing out of here, but I do know that it's going to stay.
Everyone gather around, I have an announcement to make. Dennis has an announcement? Go, now's your chance. That's what you want to read. Gather around, everybody. Everybody, gather around, please.
We're all standing here.
Is this everybody? Is this everybody?
You know it's everybody. What are you doing?
Dennis has an announcement.
Yeah, I heard that. I'm wondering what it is.
It's an announcement. What's up, Dennis? I have an announcement.
Oh my God, what is it?
Quiet on the floor, please, Dennis. Your announcement.
I have nothing to say at this moment. But thank you. Yep. Nope. I'm not moving into the.
No, you don't understand. Stop.
I don't understand. So, all right, guys. I do know that I'm pretty much done here. I'm gonna call it a night. I say I'm gonna at least post on the schedule what day I'll be on next, but I never do. I try to make Wednesday nights my Wayback Wednesdays, and so far I've adhered to that schedule. But Friday and Saturday, I don't know what I'll be doing. I will definitely be doing something this weekend, and there's a good chance it'll actually be on Saturday, because I think most of the streamers are on Friday, and or people are going out, and more people are focused on winding down and playing games and doing stuff like that. I think Saturday nights are just a better night for me to stream. Plus, if I go way late, then everybody can sleep in on Sunday morning, and if they're up and watching what I'm doing, and it makes for good entertainment. So I think I'll probably plan on maybe Saturday night, but I could be in tomorrow. I could be in on Friday. We'll see. We'll see. You never know. Yeah, just never know. With that, guys, I really am. I'm going to get off. Thank you so much, you guys, for the support and the bits and the cheers and the subs. And you guys are amazing. You guys are amazing. It's and I definitely appreciate every single one of you. I'm looking on my Twitch over here, and I appreciate every single one of you. And my volume is on. I Twitch over here. Always we're going to get an echo, and my volume is on. I Twitch over here. Always we're going to get an echo, and my volume is on. I Twitch over here. Always we're going to get an echo, and my volume is on. There we go. Okay. Now let's see who we got on Twitch, and we can go raid somebody maybe. Chills is on. Master Biggs. Zone was pretty wild. Zone, I'll just tell you real quick. Zone, my very first night that I ever streamed, Zone raided me. He's huge. He's huge. I made affiliate my very first night from his raid. I had like 285 people come in and watch my channel the very first night I ever streamed. And out of that, somehow I managed to collect 68 of them that actually followed me that night. And so I made my 50 follow quota and became an affiliate. You have chills already? Chills, everybody likes chills. Yeah, I like chills too. All right, well, let's go do it. All right, guys. Thank you. Good night. And as always, I'll see ya when I see ya. Good night, everybody. Thank you.